Alright, it's Wings of War. I love this game. Nobody else has ever even heard of this game. No one's gonna care. No one's ever gonna see this. I could fart on this stream. I could get naked on this stream. I could take off my clothes and fart on this stream. It wouldn't matter. No one's ever gonna see it. But it is cool. So as you see, it's made by NCS Core. They made that port of Hellfire that I played the other day for the Sega Genesis, which I thought was the superior version of Hellfire, despite some weird differences. I liked it better than the PC Engine game, but the PC Engine one got like 4 times as many views. So who knows? I guess you guys don't agree. This game does keep track of the high score, but you got to go to the options menu to see it, which is a little odd. Since it's not on the screen all the time, which I kind of find annoying, I'm going to try and remember to update the high score in my OBS display, so you guys will see it there on the screen all the time. We're starting off with 0, because it doesn't have a default high score. We're playing with the default options, which is easy with 3 lives. No continues, of course, because that's how I roll. Default and no continues until I get better. Usually how I approach these things. So, I bought this game from Thrill House Games and here in town when I was collecting games. It was a great recommendation from James, the owner. Very, very great shop to buy games at. I don't really collect stuff anymore, and this is not a physical copy I'm playing. This is emulation through Genesis Plus GX. But but I do have it over there on the counter. Really cool game. The look at this full screen rotation crap they're doing with just using like line scrolling effects, but it looks really good. It's really smooth. The background still parallaxes and shit while it's doing it. But that's a lot going on. Because the background parallax is using line scroll effects too to increase its depth. So wild stuff. I did practice this game a bit before streaming it. Not that I'll do well, but I always play worse on the streams, of course. That's why I started doing stuff that's not live, too, to capture when I'm kind of playing better. Which is easy to do on PlayStation, not so easy to do on computer, unless I make some changes, maybe. My most recent is Ghouls and Ghosts. Got a new high score on that. Got to the 4th level for the first time ever, so check that out. This is not the boss, this is a mid-boss. Most all of these levels have a mid-boss. This game is not particularly colorful. It is very, very dark, but it's kind of what they're going for. Kind of a gritty, dark look. And yeah, I was going to say the cover art on this is excellent, I think, as pictured here on the screen. But this is a very, very rare case of this being true. That's the North American cover art that I'm showing you there, and it's just so much better than the Japanese art. It really is. It's way better. It's almost always the opposite of that that's true. Like, for example, if you compare the cover art on Genesis for, say, like Strider, like the Japanese one's crazy better. Street Fighter 2, Japanese one's crazy better. Almost any of these games. But yeah, no, this one I think really, really has the upper hand on the Japanese art. It's much better looking. These particle effects in this enemy are really cool looking too. speed ups that's almost difficult to control. Just have to get used to it. Oh shit. That was really particularly stupid. I apologize for that. We'll get better though. At least I did get the extra man on the first level. Just easy to overlook. And then you get one from leveling up. So I have 4 lives right now. You start with 3. Or not leveling up, but hitting, I don't know, 100,000 points or something. Leveling up. Shit. Once again, I'm working with probably too many speed power-ups and still trying to make it work. The underwater effects here are cool too. It's like these bubbles. It's just a good art design and it looks great. But that upper area is really dismal and reminds me a lot of Darius Force or Supernova, as it was called in the US on the Super Nintendo. Very gray skies. A lot of gray skies over water kind of things. Not quite getting it. I have to get a little sharper on that. 270, 290. $270, $290. So yeah, I guess this and Hellfire were kind of their only shmups. Maybe there's one more that they developed. Oh, I guess NCS is really the same company as Messiah, and they made a whole bunch of those Choaniki games too, which are mostly shooters, mostly. So I'd have to look into those sometime too. I really don't know anything about that series. I'm gonna have to get the details on it and kind of feel that out. Gross. Alright, you guys ready? Here we go with more Wings of War. Also, it's WOR, which is a really interesting stylization because it makes it feel like, to me, in the US, they're trying to associate it with the game Wizards of War, but it's not like a sequel. Like, I don't think that they have anything to do with like Midway and whoever actually developed it for Midway. I'm pretty sure it's all Western developed though, so I don't think it's related. It's just an odd choice. Maybe intentional and maybe not. But it kind of makes me associate it anyway. Wizards of War being kind of a maze game, Pac-Man style action maze game from back in the day. I used up every bit of my powers there, huh? Some pretty cool stereo painting in the music and stuff. Oops, I wasted a whole lot of my previous power, didn't I? Oh well, hit the wrong button is what it was. boss. Bosses really don't have much health on easy, so it goes pretty quick. I should definitely be able to stream something tomorrow during the day. I just have no idea what I'm going to play. Can't even think of what I'm going to do. Oh yeah, I was thinking about starting on Streets of Rage. That's a possibility. Here we go. Oh, a lot better. Shit. That was well timed. Oh, damn it. Damn. Check this shit out. This is cool. Check this shit out. This is even cooler. This is very cool. Pirate face somehow reminds me of James Hetfield. Sad but true. Shit. Fuck you, pirate. I find this level, the graphics are less interesting, but the music is excellent here. Fuck you. Oh man, I wonder what would have happened if I'd used both wildfires at once. I guess that's a live and learn situation. Fuck you, game. 473, 340. Sure I got that right. Yes. Oh yeah. Give me just a second here and I'll be right back. Thanks for watching. Alright, I'm back and ready for some more Wings of War. Also, so NCS, I talked about how they did, this and Hellfire on Genesis, and they did the Choniki games that I talked about. They also made Target Earth and Cybernator, which are like mech games. We may check those out someday, but that's pretty iffy. I have mixed feelings about them at best. So I don't know. But also the publisher here, DreamWorks, which has nothing to do with film studio. The division of Toy Soldiers Inc., I think is what it always says. They also published, I should look and see what all they published, but they did Fire Shark, which was an excellent port of the Total Plan arcade game to the Genesis. Really, it's the one besides Truck's Dawn that's just really, really good. Must play type stuff. I believe it was done by Total Plan themselves and then published by DreamWorks. Almost didn't get that. Whipping up some slowdown there to save me. Really getting dangerous there. Not great. Don't want to die on the first level like that, but I did. That's the score on that. Shit. I think the shield's higher levels just stack more shield time or whatever. I died a bunch and I'm doing poorly. That's usually what happens when I get a fairly high score. This next round is just awful. I'm sure there's extra. There's got to be some one-ups tucked around in this level as well. I'm sure there's like probably one hidden in every single level. I wouldn't be surprised. At least on easy. Shit. I never get good use out of this lightning bolt thing. I don't really... Oh, yeah, there was the extra man. Now I know. Oh, that's important to know. I think I'll learn something really important for next time. The lightning bolts I've used so far. That was scary. 452 does not beat it. So we just have to keep on trucking in that case. One moment here. This game reminds you of Legendary Wings. That's understandable. We'll probably have to do a stream of Legendary Wings. Heck, soon maybe even. That's maybe even something I can play tomorrow, who knows. If this game reminds you of Philios, that is also understandable, and we'll cover that at some point too. Philios I want to do is kind of a two-parter where and I'll probably do it in the same stream, but I'll play the Genesis version for a while and the arcade version, or vice versa. I mean, maybe it makes more sense to play the arcade game first. It's a good game on Genesis, but also, and I mean, you don't even have to play very far into the arcade game to see this. It would have been better on Super Nintendo, and that's such a rare and odd thing to say about a shooter. But that one in particular has certain graphics effects that are very Mode 7-like, and certain other things about it that are just gonna work better on Nintendo's hardware, actually. So they actually think they put it on the wrong machine. There's really not any attempt to replicate those effects on the Genesis version. They just kind of made a much plainer game in a lot of ways. That's a pisser. creepy. And though I did die on the first level, I think I know where I can get an extra man now. Besides the other one that I'll get at 400k. Hoo hoo hoo. Screw you, game. I wish I hadn't done that way, but whatever. It is what it is. There it is. I did manage to get that, that's good. Oof. Stupid. Ah, God, are you kidding me? Oh, this thing got into the ground. Clearly. Yeah, I don't think I got very close, did I? I didn't break 400k, did I? Unchanged. Alright, I'll be back in just a second. Alright, I'm back. Means war. You gotta be kidding me. At least I got the extra life, which is now more than I would have expected. Getting sloppy there, sorry. Halfway awake. This has been a terrible run. I think I'm going to need to start over here. I need a little bit of caffeine before I can do a final run. So I'm 2 down right now. No, this can be defeated. Interesting. Okay. I don't think I knew that either. Man, I played terrible this turn, though. We'll give it another shot after this, and that'll probably be my last go, because I'm getting too tired, clearly. I'm going to see if I can wake up and really do one real last go at it. And then if I do, I'll be like, well, damn, I should do one more while I'm too tired, and it's going to be awful. think I learned several things that turn too, but doing really, really dumb stuff and then just basically completely dazing off. It's at least 2 points. Yeah, I'm probably too tired to go on, but I am going to go on for like one more round, I think. Give me a second here. I'll take a quick break and I'll be right back and we'll do another go at Wings of War, also known as Gynoug. Gynoug? Anyway, I'll be right back. Excuse me, so yeah, this will be kind of a short stream, but that's okay. Sometimes a little game like this just needs a short stream. 1 or 2 hours, usually. That doesn't mean you can't get hours and hours and hours of fun out of this game, though. Especially just, coming back to it and giving it another shot. This is actually one of the better shooters on the system, and there's quite a few great ones. Good job on that. That seems nuts, but we got through it. just trying to do something. Just trying to scratch my face. It's just so bad. Should have just paused. That's awful, though, to die on the first level. Yet again. Maybe this won't be my last go. We'll see. I'm feeling more awake now, but I'm making the stupidest mistakes ever. Here, in fact, let's just crash it out. Can I just crash it out? Let's just crash it out and do it again. Can the train just straight up land on you? I bet it can. Boom, yeah. Don't let the train land on you. They actually pull it, like pull you back in the scrolling there, so they really don't want that to happen to you. Like, they don't want you to make that mistake. I'm not sure how this game handles score as far as continuing goes, but I don't like continuing anyway. I don't feel like I've learned the game as well. Unless I do it on, you know, a lot fewer lives. Shit. Yeah, I'm clearly way too tired to continue. I want to. It's a good game. I probably chose a terrible time to do it. I had just enough energy in me to do one good run of it, and then after that, completely zonked out. Shit. Alright, stretch this out just a little bit further. Maybe I can get that extra man after the shell boss in the middle of the level if I could manage to not fall asleep before I get there. No. I'm not gonna get it because of even dumber shit than that. Too tired to go on. Really fun game though. Wish I could put a little, and you know, I always say this, but I should come back around to this at some point. I'd like to put in more effort and give it a better shot. But that's Wings of War, fun game for your Sega Genesis or Mega Drive, 16-bit high definition video game console. I don't like to call stuff hidden gems because I feel like all the gems have been uncovered at this point, but this one still falls through the cracks a lot, and I think it really deserves the term a lot more than most games do, because you should, yeah, it doesn't come up a lot, but it's a really good game, Wings of War, or Gynoug. So, anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll be back tomorrow with something, so yeah, let's see.